Hello everybody and welcome back to Grand Bazaar. It is time to go and sell some stuff yet again. Our bazaar is on a Sunday this week. It got pushed back because of Sherry's birthday. So we had an extra day to fit in to get some stuff ready. And I did a video yesterday talking about some cooking, the best way to turn our crops into things to make us the most amount of money, and using the method of staving off your bedtime and passing out by being in our storage menu. I have managed to pretty much sort out most of what I'm going to be taking to the bazaar today. I do still have some time to do a few things and to fill up my inventory a little bit more. I do believe I have a necklace over at our windmill, so I'm gonna have to pick that up on the way. And I can probably make some more pudding. I might also have some yarn to pick up at that other windmill. So I'll leave a couple of inventory spaces on my way to the bazaar. And I can now put away my tools because I won't need them, which will also create some extra space. And then if I wanted to, it looks like I have a few crops to pick up as well. My turnips came in and I have yet to replace them, but I do plan on doing that. I believe I have some being made as we speak. I am pretty prompt when it comes to having seeds available to plant as soon as things come in and crops need to be replanted. But every once in a while, I trip up and I forget. But turnips come in so quickly that it's really not that big of a deal. It's more important with the crops that are going to take a lot longer to come in. And it's already 9 o'clock. How the time flies. I want to make sure to get to the bazaar nice and early. I want to still try and kind of be there on time if I can, so let's go ahead and empty out our inventory here. I will probably go inside and make a little bit more pudding or something just to liven up the inventory. And as you can see, I actually still have lots and lots of room. Wow, more room than I thought. Let's take a stack of eggs with us just because we have so many of those damn things to sell. I've got lots of lumber. I could definitely bring some of those. I've even thrown in a jewel just because I have so many of these damn things and I really need to get rid of them. I might as well take the remainder of my bell pepper seeds and my grass seeds. So it's 10 o'clock now. Let's go ahead and quickly make ourselves one more big batch of pudding. We will run on over to the hotel screen, pick up our necklace, and we should make it to the bazaar before 11 o'clock. A lot of stuff laying around that I'm gonna have to leave, which is very painful because there's actually a lot of really good stuff here. Especially the chamomile. That stuff is really, really hard to get your hands on. Ooh, we have actually quite a bit of wool. And we have space for all of it, which is wonderful. Perfect. All right. So let's get going. First of all, love the change in music. I'm not sure if that's because we're in spring or if that's new music that we get for expanding the bazaar to 75%. Either way, love it. And as you can see, we've brought a lot of the stuff that we cooked in our last episode. You can see that the mixed salad here is worth $740 at a 2-star rating. And if we had sold a 1 turnip and 1 cucumber raw on their own, they would have been worth $130 each, which means that we would have only gotten $260. So we've increased our profits by a huge amount by making these things into a mixed salad, which is why I recommended it. So we have a good healthy stack of those. We've got our usual turnip salad. And as you can see, our asparagus soup also sells for a pretty crazy amount of money. And I think I brought my strawberry jam. 2 stars and worth $250 each. And if we put it side by side with our strawberry seeds, they are worth $220 each. But you have to remember that I only put in 1 strawberry in order to get 2 seeds. So that is why the strawberry seeds are much more profitable and a better option, because you're going to get double the amount of product. So we go ahead and put out our seeds nice and early, and let's also put out some produce, maybe. Some produce and some cooking and some seeds. We'll start with that and we'll just see how things go. Could I have grass seeds? No, you can't. And as I discovered, I usually tell them that they can have it for free because both of these options will get you negative reputation. But if you select the option to have them pay double for the item, they will pay double for it, but you'll also get negative reputation. Which is interesting. And at this point, I don't care because I don't have any reputation to begin with. So I will take the double money on those seeds because they're already worth quite a bit of money. And since it's early on, hopefully I still have some time to salvage my reputation. And so far so good. Loving that people are buying all of our grass seeds. Not only does it clear out my inventory, but they're worth a decent amount of cash. $20,000 and we haven't even been here for an hour. So if the sales continue like this and it's a nice busy day, then hopefully we will be within our goal. Oof, there's so many people I can almost barely keep up. Which is a really, really nice problem to have. I'm certainly not complaining. I just want to make sure that I can get to all of them so they don't walk away from me. And at this rate, if this continues, we will sell out of items quickly. And we'll just be stuck with our seeds. And I'm trying to avoid that by bringing in large stacks of items if I can. Like, I've got lots of salads, you know, a couple stacks of soup, but it seems like the bigger stand allows me to sell things more quickly, and then people just seem to be buying in pretty large numbers. And we're doing pretty well on salvaging our reputation. We've only had to piss somebody off once today, which is good. At this rate, I think we're gonna be in the clear. And hopefully we'll be able to get both rewards. Just really depends on how well we do overall, because the sales goal has now increased, and we have to make between $150,000 and $200,000. And we were doing pretty well when the sales goal was between 80 and 100,000. Hitting 100,000 doesn't seem to be too big of a problem, but hitting 150 to 200 every week is not easy. And it's not easy even for me, and I have the ability of an emulator to make things a little bit easier for me, and I've done a lot of research and I've tried to optimize things. So if you're at this point, you've finally expanded your bazaar, but you've fallen behind, or you feel like you've fallen behind, and the sales goal is difficult for you, I wouldn't beat yourself up too much. It is a very ambitious number to make, even with a large and expanded farm. I also have a necklace with me to sell, which should help me out pretty significantly. Oh, and that's all of our mixed salads. Perfect. That actually took a little while to sell, which is a good sign. And I'm not out of items yet, which is fabulous. The sales have kind of slowed down a little bit. I had that huge rush of people, and now it kind of seems to be trickling in a little bit slower. We've got about 3 hours left. So between the necklace and the amethyst that I've brought, we're looking at adding almost $50,000 to our total. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to get into the goal. And I will probably start selling off more of my gems because I still have so many. And I can try and get gold and silver all I want. And I have been doing that. I mean, I have had a pretty steady stream of necklaces and stuff. But I have more gems than I know what to do with. Yes, you get more money, but storage is a precious commodity, and at some point I have to just stop hoarding. That hurts me to say, because I do love having a lot of stuff, but it can't continue. We have reached our max storage, nearly. And there's gonna be a time where we can no longer expand and we're just stuck working with what we have. But it feels nice every bazaar to get rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, I do clean out my inventory. Sometimes it just kind of takes me a little while to come to my senses. Like holding on to as many bugs as I have, even though I realize that they're not worth that much money. I certainly haven't run out of presents. It has not been a problem for me to give butterflies to Freya and Daisy each week. Our necklace is still for sale. Hopefully somebody comes along and buys it, and we will have cleared the goal at that point. We're at $130,000, which I am very, very happy about. That actually kind of exceeded my expectations, I'm not gonna lie. Especially because we still have some items at this point, which I'm quite excited for, because normally we just have seeds at this point. Usually by about 4 o'clock, we've sold everything and it's just seeds. Still no buyers on our necklace, but lots of seeds being cleared out, which is lovely. And we still have about an hour, so fingers crossed. I'm really depending on that necklace here at this point, so if that doesn't sell, I'm gonna sweat a little bit. I've never had it not sell, though. I may have made a mistake, though. I may have waited too late. Whew, okay, never mind. Spoke too soon. Thank God. Someone has some deep pockets. 190,000. And if we can sell a little bit more, we might be able to get right up to 200, but I doubt it. Because we've only got about 10 minutes left, so we're gonna fall short of the upper portion of the goal, but we cleared it. And I think we did really well. I'm quite happy with that. I still have some seeds to bring home, but I did manage to sell 1 bag of yellow pepper seeds. I almost sold an entire bag of grass seeds. We got rid of quite a bit of our lumber that we had here. So I can't really ask for much more than that. And now it is time for us to go and explore, because we haven't even seen what our new bazaar looks like. Alright. So first things first, because I'm getting into cooking more and more, I'm running into the issue where I don't have certain items that I need, obviously, and oil is one of them. And at this stage of the game, spending money on oil isn't that big of a deal. It kind of was at the beginning of the game. It seemed kind of silly to spend $100 on oil. But at this point, you know, we have money to burn. We can be a little bit more frivolous with our spending. So I'm actually just gonna buy up a whole bunch of these, 25 of them. And most of our stalls are kind of near the bottom of the bazaar. So I'm gonna just do a little loop here and try and visit all of the stalls that we have. The first one is beside Raoul here. This lady is running the Super Lucky Lotto. And this is a unique booth because it actually uses coins to play the lotto. It doesn't take our money. And I brought a gold coin today just to try it out. You'll need 1 gold coin, or 3 silver coins, or 5 bronze coins in order to play. All of her prizes are gems, with the exception of the number 1 prize, which is an item called Magic Water, and it will increase your stamina. And as she says, it's a super rare item that you cannot get anywhere else. There's a limit on them. You can only win 5 throughout the course of the game. And also, this is very annoying, it is Amiko's favorite present. Why would the developers do that? I don't know. But I am surely not going to hand that over to her. But we'll give it a try today and see what happens. Unfortunately, we got last place, which gives us scrap metal, which is worth absolutely nothing. But you can win diamonds, you can win magic water, and there's some other ores that you can win as well. We wasted our coin. I'm sure we'll be back at some point. And one of the things that annoys me about playing on my own and then doing a separate video for the bazaar is that sometimes the items I want don't load in properly. So when I played earlier, I bought some gold because I need gold in order to make some more necklaces, and unfortunately Lloyd is selling silver today. But the difference between silver and gold isn't that much. Gold costs 14,000, silver costs 12,600. So if we buy 4 silver, I'm spending $50,000 as opposed to like 56,000 or 54,000. So it's really not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I'm gonna buy this silver, but just pretend it's gold because we need to start moving those gems out of our inventory. From Wilbur, I'm going to order our very last storage expansion for $80,000. And that is the last of my purchases. Over here next to Joan in the upper corner, we can see that Nellie has opened up her own food stand. So we now have 3 different vendors selling food. They all sell different food. And I actually didn't know that she sells cheese croquettes. I should buy some of these because they are a 500 friend point gift for Freya. And honestly, I have the money to blow. $1,000? Steep? Yes, but it would really help us increase Freya's hearts very quickly. That's actually good to know. I don't think I've run into that on my other file. I'm always looking at these stalls to see if there's anything that I can't make that would be good for our marriage candidates. I always kind of keep an eye out. But Nellie is selling food now. Joan and Claire is also selling food. And I'm going to do some testing either on my other file or just on my own on this file. And I may end up having to buy the skateboard and the fishing rod just to get Felix to not have them available anymore, because we still don't have the cat bell or the dog bone, which at this point absolutely mystifies me because we should have been able to get those things quite some time ago. And of course I've been putting off buying the skateboard because it's absolutely useless. It's just gonna sit there with the snowboard and be a paperweight. And I just don't fish very much. So I was gonna put off buying the medium fishing rod, but I may have to buy these in order to see what else Felix is selling, because I believe he also sells another item besides wheat starting in year 2 that he obviously doesn't have on display. So that is going to be slightly annoying if that's the case. And then down near the bottom, right by the wrapping paper stall, Diego has now opened up his own stall. Yeah, so all of Raul's brothers are here, and he sells a variety of stuff. So he's gonna sell some jewels that Lloyd doesn't sell. He's gonna sell some grocery type items, and he's also going to sell us the suns that we need to change the seasons in our basement. So 10,000 bucks is a little bit steep, but not for us, really, realistically. I don't want to buy it right now just because I have so many spring crops in my basement, and I'm pretty happy just going with the seasons right now. And he should sell the suns all year round. So he might not have the fall sun next time, he might have the summer sun. He will have these suns available. You just kind of want to have a look every bazaar and see which one is here so that you can buy the one that you want. And he will also start to sell some wonderfuls for us a little bit later on in the year. So he's kind of a combination of Chen and Lloyd's stall. I believe he also has some unique tree seeds. And what he sells is going to change by season, so just keep an eye on his stall because he sells a little bit of everything. So those are the 3 stalls at the bazaar. The 3 new ones. And that is it. Our bazaar is completely filled out. Nothing changes when you get the bazaar up to the 100% point. That's basically the ending of the game where you now have the best bazaar in the world. So what you see is what you get. That's all that we have. We've unlocked all of the vendors. We've got 5 minutes before the bazaar closes, and I, of course, at this point would do some wrapping. I also had every intention of selling that one butterfly that I have in my inventory, the white morpho, because it's worth like 120 bucks, which is decent for a bug. And again, wrapping paper does not cost much money, but I still think it's worth doing. I brought some frogs for Antoinette because it rained, and that way I don't have to give away my flowers. I've been stockpiling those. And I brought some butterflies along for Freya and Daisy, of course. Alrighty, let's get out of here. My money totals would vary on my actual file because I would have taken the time to sit there and have everything wrapped, and I would have bought gold as opposed to silver. It doesn't really matter. I just like to be transparent and let you all know exactly what I'm up to. Money at this point is just not an issue. It's not important. We're basically just gonna look for excuses to spend money. What a horrible problem to have. So Wilbur is gonna come and visit us for the very last time because he no longer has any upgrades for us. That was the final storage upgrade. If we look in our assets menu, you can see that we have all 8 size upgrades and we have all 3 preservation upgrades. Now I think Ganon still has some stuff for us that we can talk to him about, but Wilbur is no longer useful to us. And at this point, we have maxed out our storage, and what we have is just what we have. So we have 9 total places for inventory now, which I think is decent, right? It's not a horrible amount of storage to have. That is a lot to play with and to work with. It opens up some doors if you're not a hoarder like me and you have more space to do some bug hunting, to do some fishing. You can afford to stockpile gems like I've done. And obviously I would have 4 gold and 4 silver. I would have 4 bronze. So I would go on my way trying to make 4 more necklaces and clearing out some of these gems. I definitely still have to clean the inventory up a little bit here. 9 pages seems like a lot, but it's not a lot for someone like me. Maybe one day I'll get my head right, but it hasn't happened yet. 51 videos in. And I'm gonna be curious to see what Felix says. Hopefully we got enough sales. 3rd place is 122,000, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous because somebody could have sold more than us. Just because we're within the sales goal, but we haven't passed it. Ooh, 174,000 for 2nd place. That is very close. Very, very close. We only secured our top place by about 20,000. And I think that is going to happen a lot more as we continue on. It's going to be harder and harder for us to actually keep our number 1 spot. We're going to try, but we might start to get dethroned here. The customers are all raving about your store. Well, thank you. I'm glad. And we're gonna get different prizes now because the bazaar has expanded. And we get some apple tea in a can. Alright. It's gonna be more tea. There seems to be tea for every single tier. It was strawberry tea, and then it was lavender tea, and now I guess it's apple tea. I will keep going to the announcements to get the prize, of course, just because there is nothing to lose by going and getting an item for free that you can turn around and sell. But I'm not going in hopes of hearing about our next Bazaar expansion because we're gonna have to sell a whole lot of stuff in order to make that happen. And then we will just kind of carry on from here. The next bazaar is on the 23rd, this upcoming Saturday. So I will do my best until then to keep working away and to replenish all of what I have to sell. And hopefully we can just carry on and continue to have a really successful month. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.